Hey everybody, this is Zacho, aka the Slime King, and welcome back to another Slime ISEKAI video. In today's video, we're just going to be pretty much going over the current hero of Jubilee and how you can increase your score, what you can learn from me running this event so many damn times, right more than I should. But hey, look, top 1.6, I'm doing something right, and my team isn't really like heavily pay to win, even though I do spend money on this game occasionally. It's not really oh, I'm just throwing money at this motherfucker until I win. Yeah, no, actually, let me just pull up the team I usually use real quick. Yeah, this is the team I use. In all honesty, well, two of these characters are free. But I will only say one character on this team. But, yeah, okay, one character on this team is, like, hard to replace because there's only two types of them in the game. That being Millum, one that increases the combo damage. The only one in the game is Fedora. So honestly, you will lose out on some damage if you don't have them, but it's not that big of a deal, honestly. Because your goal should be, honestly, if you're free to play, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, unless you got really lucky with your pulls, it is gonna be hard to hit, the upper echelon of ranking. Yeah, no, if you're free to play, you really shouldn't be worried about getting a really high ranking, in my opinion. You should just be focused on not being ranked down. Yeah, that's honestly the main thing you should be worried about is not getting ranked down. Yeah, but as you can see, I'm in the C rank, and the amount that you get for the highest reward has gone up, so that leads me to assume, as well as I hope other people as well, to assume that the higher your rank is overall in your, class of people, I guess you could say that, your class of people, the higher the maximum reward ceiling would be. In this case, C would be 600. But same as that, like I said, your goal should not be getting ranked down. So as you see, if we go to the lower parts, if you're down here, you will lose points. So in my opinion, you should always be aiming for staying neutral. So at the top 50% or above. If you can get the top 50%, hey, you're good, because that's at least 200 magic crystals, but also you're not getting ranked down. Now, from that point onwards, if you can, get some points to rank up, that's great, that's good. But your goal should always be never to move backwards, always move forwards, or stay where you're at. This event is actually, in my opinion, a lot easier than the last one because, well, we have two really good wingers that are for free. But also the boss this time doesn't want to kill us. as weird as that sounds. Yeah, no, I've played this a lot, and I've tested my luck many times because after a while, like, is he not trying to kill me? Because on my team I have Valentine and Shion. Yeah, but Valentine and Shion both heal, and so I'll get myself into situations where I'm just like, what would happen if I just don't, and see what he would do. And he would not attack my characters with low health. It seems as though he will always prioritize the character with the most health at all times. Like, even if he just did it all, and then he will switch to the character with the next highest health. If he's doing an attack and somebody drops to the red, he'll go to any person that's in the green with the highest health in the green. So he is not trying to kill. He's really not trying to kill you. He's trying to just lower your health as much as possible, honestly. Now, could you die? Yes, you could. If everybody's health is real low, because you only have so much health, obviously. But he's not trying to kill you, so you can really play around with that. You can literally just lead him on into whoever you want him to actually attack, in actuality. When it comes to what he does, alright, so the first turn, and these are his turns, not our turns. So on his first turn, he will fill up his alt gauge and increase his attack and crit resistance. So this isn't a guy who is supposed to be getting crit. He actually has high crit defense, so he can take a hit if he's crit. It won't hurt him that much like it did Gazelle. His second turn, he'll just alt you, and I believe probably do some basic attacks, because that's what they always do, in like 2 basics. And then his third turn, he will decrease the Soul of Secrets, which is the biggest hindrance in this entire thing. If you have Soul of Secrets in your hand, honestly, it's pretty annoying, because he's going to decrease the amount of gauge you get as well as the damage they do. So it's going to be like the last one. The biggest skill you'll need is luck. Because I did many runs to get the score I have. You're going to need luck for that good run, because if you end up with a run with lots of Solar Secrets, or orange, if you don't know the names, it's whatever. If you end up with a lot of orange orbs in your hand, it's gonna be annoying, because when he pops that decrease, it's gonna last for 3 turns. If you keep on getting them for 3 turns, it's not helping you at all. It's literally just lowering your score every turn. You're doing less damage, and you're not getting no gauge from it. On his 4th turn, he's going to fill his alt gauge again. On his 5th turn, he's going to alt you again. On his 6th turn, he's going to fill his alt gauge again. On his 7th turn, he's going to alt you again. So you can see, he's just throwing alts out, left and right. Honestly, throwing alts out. And his thing is, he will also, at some point, because I didn't notice it, I think he actually starts out with it maybe, but he will also increase his Pierce power. And that's why Shion is a good character, because he actually increases your Pierce defense. Pierce power resistance, Pierce resistance, however it goes. So many terms. I'm only human. But yeah, she increases that, so you won't take as much damage from his attacks if it does proc. Yeah, so that's another thing. And when it comes to team building, honestly, it's weird because you don't need, I would say, because he's weak to magical attacks, but you don't need a strong magical attacker. Because honestly, I don't think we have a good magical single target character yet. Like I know Ragnar, the 4-star one, is a magical single target, but he doesn't really, it's 4-star. And unless you have him built up, he won't do that much. But I think everybody else is magical AoE. So in my case, I was using Valentine single target, which still worked out really well. So if you have Hokuro, also a good option in terms of, a good single target win character. I tried to see the scores with, all the AoE magical characters I have, and they always paled in comparison when it came to the single target because the multiplier is higher. So it would balance out the fact that he would take more damage from the magical in the first place, especially from ultimate. But yeah, so your options, honestly, if you do not have like a 5-star single win attacker, it's fine. Gobita is a good option. Honestly, believe it or not, because that difference in multiplayer, man, it makes a big difference. I haven't tried Ragnar, but he is a magical single target, so if you haven't built up, that would be another good character. I would assume he would be good. One reason why I don't like him is because he really doesn't work with how my team flows, because I'm trying to get as many skill orbs as possible, but he increases crit rate, which isn't that effective because the enemy increases the crit defense, as well as he is more about protection or blue orbs. It just goes against the whole green aesthetic I'm going for. Now you could argue he would be good with Shuna, who turns blue to green, but I've seen like situations where you have a yellow to turn blue that you want to turn green. So that's more layers of shit to go through, right? So it's like, but yeah, character wise, you can really play around with it. Honestly, as long as they're wind and a single target, they should do good damage to them. Honestly. But on top of that, well, first of all, hey, if you ain't got Valentine, Ramus is a good substitute. Simply because she increases attack and heals you. So that's really good. She does one of the things Valentine's does, as well as boost the team's attack, which is somebody I would trade out for the Rimuru I have on my team, who also boosts attack, obviously. So you can trade out the Rimuru for this Ramus, or the 4-star Dark Rimuru, because my back row, my Vanguards, I do not use them the entire fight until the very end. I literally bring out Milim and Rimuru at the end of the fight just to activate both their skills of the attack boost and the combo boost and just hit the enemy and nuke them. That is all I use them for. The entire fight is literally just Shuna, Shion, and Valentine up front. The entire fight. And it usually takes me around 7 to 8 turns to beat them and get an actual good score if it's a good run. But in terms of protection characters that you can use instead of the one I'm using, which is Charybdis, because not everybody has Charybdis, it is what it is. But if you do have Vadora, he is a decent substitute, simply because if you don't have Milim, this is another character that has that combo damage aesthetic to him, which every time you use his, ability increases combo damage by 10%. The only problem is you have to use it multiple times for you to really get the actual, benefit from it, and you don't get the increase of, skill gauge. You don't get a skill gauge boost that Charybdis gets, but you still get skill points upon using it, and the combo damage increase, so he's still a viable option. Other than him, we have Fuse. Fuse is good. He gives, a little bit of skill point until the end of the game, not like skill points that you can use right away. It just increases the skill gauge itself, so from 100 to 107. Same thing with Vadora. Increases the maximum amount as well as, gives you some skill points, so that's how he's better than this guy. But he also changes secrets to skill, which honestly is really good. If you're in a situation where you do not get a good hand and you have Fuse's skill available to you, that whole hand can become green. It's just straight skills, and that will boost your bar and will allow you to do more stuff. So he's a viable option. But here's some options that you probably wouldn't have thought of. Gobukichi. He might be a 3-star, but hey, if you have a physical attacker and you trying to cook on the enemy a little bit, he's your man, because he does increase skill damage. Also, you have, I believe it is you, which is the medical variant in a different way. Yeah, okay, so if you do come across a magical attacker you want to use, you can use Mirrored, and he actually has the Charybdis effect. So he increases, his pretty much the Charybdis effect, straight on. He increases your maximum amount of skill points as well as your soul of skill gauge. So this is another really good one. If you don't have Charybdis and you have Mirrored, which most people should, he's a 3-star, I believe. He should start as a 3-star. He's a 3 or 4-star, but still he's really good. If you do not have Charybdis, he's a good Charybdis replacement. I think the last character is this one. Yeah, okay. So this is another magical attacker. And he has the same effect as the first one, but it's just literally magical. That's pretty much the only difference. So yeah. So those three, like if you're like fresh new, you even have a viable option to use in that case. At all of them, I recommend him because he has a close thing to a Charybdis effect. But yeah, I think that is everything that my brain can muster and remember, and from my notes. But hopefully this helps. There's lots of stuff here to take in. Went over many things. Well, you can literally, if you have my characters from my team, just run it. And as you can see, it's doing me good. I got 1.6. Yeah, but if you have the characters, run it. If you have any, like, honestly, the way my team honestly is set up is to where I'm heavily reliant on Valentine, obviously, but not because she is like like a necessity for the team. It's more of that's the damage dealer I chose while having 2 supports on the side, pretty much. And that was the entire idea. I have 2 supports and a damage dealer. Honestly, Valentine herself is not an actual damage dealer. She's just a support. Well, a good hybrid character in general, because she can deal a decent amount of damage while also being a support. So technically, my team is just a straight up lineup of support characters. So yeah, take that in. I'm using pure supports. And my Vanguards, like I said, I don't bring them out unless it's just to increase my damage right before I hit him with my ultimate. And the same thing applies as the last one. Just get them as low as you can and smack them with ultimate. But yeah, I actually really do hope this helps people get, better scores. It's not fun if, you keep all your secrets to yourself about how you get a good score. Or the things you notice. Giving out people the things I found out, my secrets, makes it harder for me. So yeah, we're doing that. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that good shish. Yeah, I love you guys. Hope y'all have a good New Year's, because it is New Year's Eve. And I will see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.